This is Miss Crosby, and I just wanted to do you guys up a video. I learned this really cool technique for making ribbons with two pencils that you rubber band together and you tilt them at a 45-degree angle. And then I took and did some burnishing with a white and a light blue and a dark blue and a purple color pencil. I used Prismacolors to kind of give you an idea. Okay, and that's the effect that I got, and it turned out really, really nice. So I wanted to show it to you. Now I also have some Zentangled letters that I've done. Now I did that one just with a marker, that little nameplate. And my Zentangled letters turned out pretty cool too. I want to add some color to them after I make some copies for my students so they can see how I did them. That's one still in progress, the Q there. This is a mask that I did, Zentangle style, and I used some baby oil on cardstock to do that one, some mineral oil. And that's a card I made. This is one I'm not quite finished with yet. It went along with our Vacation Bible School thing. That's one that I have printed and made copies of for my students in the past. And this is another cute one that I've started adding color to, but I haven't finished it yet. And this one I'm not quite finished with. I started it when we were in War, West Virginia on that mission trip, and it was kind of fun. Okay, but I want to take you guys right down here. You can see that one's really nice and organic. One of my students actually showed me, one of my boys actually showed me how to do that pretty flower right there. Isn't it cute? And I love dragonflies. Me and my best friend Terry, we love dragonflies. So I'm doing that one with dragonflies. This one is actually a project that I did with my students, and I wanted to show it to you guys. You can see it is a printout that I got off the internet. And I made copies of it for my students, and then I took and went in and drew designs on it and did some zentangling, and I colored it in really nice and hard and did some layering with color pencils and did some burnishing. Okay, so that's what that is. And then over here you can see where I've put one together, but this little pyramid is a triangular base instead of a square base. That's a square base. That's a copy of the other one that I did. I haven't finished coloring it in yet, but just to give you an idea of what it would look like with different colors and things like that. Oh, and this is the project we're going to pick up today and work on. But I wanted to show you some of my Zentangle books. These are so fun. And I've also got a cute little Zentangle tin here that I wanted to share with you. I keep my little short nubby color pencils in here, and I keep this thing in my purse or in my Bible bag, and when I go to church or when I'm in the doctor's office, I have that there to draw on, and I keep these little books inside so that I can work on them. Now these are origami square base folded books. If you don't know how to do the origami square base, I'll have to show you how to do that one later. And you simply glue the books together back to back with the square base, and then when you open each page up, it has this really cool unfolding effect, like magic or something. Okay, let's see if I can show it to you without getting my hand in the way. Five-fingered prima donna. Okay, I need to finish doing that design, but it's starting to look really cool. And I've got a bigger one done that I did in with construction paper. This is just done with memo paper. You can use origami paper if you don't want to draw Zentangles on it. But I'm having a lot of fun doing this with color pencil, and sometimes I like to use gel pens and stuff on them. And you can carry your design from one side, you can see the sparkles there on that one, to the other, and kind of carry the design on to the next page, which is kind of fun. And I haven't really done too much on the inside of this one, but I've started doing some designs on the back. But you can see these make really cute Christmas ornaments too when you open them up, if you want to glue them back to back with a ribbon in between. And especially if you do them with like really thick metallic colored paper, origami paper or what have you, it looks really cool when you get it all stuck together. I like to do them with 4 sheets of 2 opposite colors, and that turns out really nicely. But that kind of gives you an idea of some of the fun stuff you can do. And I keep my little tiny mini books in my Zentangle tin. It's an old wallet tin that my husband had, and I've got, you can see my kids have been drawing, and I've been writing down scripture verses, and there's some index cards in here, you know, for doing other stuff. And writing down some things. So I've got extra paper in there should I need it. And I've always got something handy that I can zentangle with that. Okay, so let's get back to our drawing. I'm going to be using a Sharpie extra fine tip pen today. You can see that the tip gets really nice and pointy on this one. So let's see what we've got here. Let's do something kind of curvy on this little loop-de-loo. And I want to show you guys some of the techniques that I've been using, like what I did on my name today. I think you guys would enjoy that. I'm going to put that to the side. Let's see if I can do this without making the camera shake too terribly much. The technique that I used today on my name, I used a, let's see, ultramarine color pencil with and a white Prismacolor, and let's see what else I've got. I also used a true blue and a violet. These were the colors that I used. So I wanted to show you how I did this particular technique. I'm going to create a shadow kind of look, and I'm going to do this by coloring in every other stripe. I did it previously on my other Zentangle that got like 83,000 hits or some ungodly thing like that, and I wanted to show you how I did the technique. Okay, there's my purple, and I also want to do a little bit of purple right here, or violet, as the true name is known. Not everybody knows this, but violet is the real name of the color. Purple is just the name that Crayola gave to the crayon many, many years ago, and it kind of stuck. Okay, the next color I'm going to do is I'm going to do this light blue. I'm going to do another layer of it, and I'm going to extend it a little bit beyond the violet to kind of give it a nice shadow. And there's another color, and I wish I had it here with me because it's the perfect color for this. It's really, really, really light pale blue, like porcelain sky blue or something like that, and it's a Prismacolor. But I don't have it with me. It's one that I bought separate from this set. So I'm just going to have to do the best I can without it, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay. Alright, now notice, if you'll note, I am coloring softer as I get toward that little white stripe that I'm leaving there, and I'm doing a little bit harder as I go away from that white stripe. And I'm going to add just a smidge of that light blue right there to make it look like this is in shadow and it's white, but I don't want to make it look absolutely white, but I still want to make it look rounded. I'm going to add just the faintest hint of that light blue, since I don't have my really, really sky blue. And then I'm going to take and go over with just a little bit of my dark right there on the edge to give it that 3D look. Now, that's my dark ultramarine blue, and just a smidgen of my violet right there on the edge. And I'm coloring kind of hard with this one on the dark stripes at least, and then on the light ones I'm going a little lighter. Okay, now for my last step I'm going to be using my white Prismacolor, and this is my favorite color pencil, and I always end up making this one really, really short when I'm using it. And if you'll notice, it's going to blend these other colors together and make them look all smeary. This is an effect called burnishing, and it is a really cool effect that you can do lots of fun stuff with, and it looks awesome when you're doing Zentangles and stuff like that with it. I will try to get rid of some of this shakiness if I can when I do my editing, guys. I'm sorry, but when you're coloring, it's hard to hold the camera still. I don't have a tripod here with me at work. I need to get one. Okay, and that's how I add a little bit of color and a little bit of white to it. And if I wanted to, I can go back over and do a little bit of black, but you can see the difference between where I've blended the white with the color and where I haven't. You can still see the white of the paper shining through right there. You don't see it over here. where I've already blended the color on top with the white, because it burnishes it and it smears all the colors together. It shades them together, gets them to kind of smoosh together. You can also, you don't have to do it with white, you can do it with darker colors also, but I like to do the light white with the light colors, and then at the very, very end, when I'm getting it as dark as I want it to be, I can add either a little bit of black, or I can go back in with my dark purple, or if I'm using some other color like a red, I can use like a burgundy, or I can mix it myself if I want to add just a little layer of that color. And you can see here, when I mix my black with a color, it makes a shade, and when I mix my white with the color, it makes a tint of that color, T-I-N-T. And you can remember that a shade is darker because it's like a shadow. Okay, and that's how I do that. And I'm going to go back over with my blue or my violet just a little bit right there where I went with my black, and kind of darken that up just a smidge. So that I can really get that black burnished in and blended like I want it. I'm sorry for the shakiness in my video. I hope I can fix that later. I love using my phone to do videos. It's so convenient, but it's not the sturdiest, steadiest type of tool. It's just handy to have because you always have it with you. Okay. And that's how that goes. Alright. That is a little technique that you can learn how to do to add some color to your Zentangles. And it just looks really fun. Okay. You can go ahead and add some more designs to other parts of it, and I will show you how to do some more stuff tomorrow. Okay? God bless.